Alright, here we are with the glass off. I used a little bit of wood cleaner and I just gave the game just a light wipe down. And it looks pretty good. I'm very pleased with the playfield. It's almost completely intact. There's very little wear to it. I didn't get this game for a super cheap price, but considering that it's in the kind of condition that it could be brought back up to what I might consider collector quality with no major damage to it, I think it's a good candidate for that. It's almost completely intact. There's a few minor things that I've noticed. The slingshot plastics are just broken at one end. That's the only broken plastic that I see. There's a little wear spot up there above one of the bumpers. Check it out right there. That's probably the worst wear right here. Obviously from this kick-out hole. What's nice about it is it's just in an area that's just blue. I mean, that's lucky. If I could match this color, this could be filled in and you wouldn't even know it. Another interesting thing that I note is that while the lockdown bar and the side rails are rusted and pitted and were obviously exposed to moisture, there doesn't appear to be any rusting on the internal metal components. Like this and this. I've seen these things really heavily rusted up and they're not. So there must have been moisture, but it was on the outside and it didn't really get into the inside. Obviously all the rubbers are in pretty bad shape and they're going to need to be replaced. But generally speaking, it's in really nice shape. I'd almost argue whether the inserts need to be sanded down and leveled. They are slightly concave. It's the only thing probably keeping this game from playing totally like brand new is there's just a slight little concave shrinkage to that. So let's look at the underside of the playfield and see what we got. So we're just going to lift this up. Let's see. Alright. And let's take a look inside this cabinet. It looks pretty clean as far as I can see. I'll just do a nice little scroll up. Take a look. Let's first look on this edge here. See if there's any interesting writing or dates. I see a 45 and looks like somebody's initial there. When you look around, there's very little corrosion or water damage, which is something that's kind of nice. Usually, like if we look down here on the lock bar, usually this area is all crapped up from somebody putting a drink on it and spilling it and the liquid goes down. There's obviously a little bit. It's almost impossible to find any of these that don't have some water damage where water dripped into it. But all in all, not a whole lot. And of course, look at this. The original manual or something. Shall we take a look inside? Let's take a look and see what we've got in here. Okay. I see schematics. That's always a good thing. Something. Look at that. So we've got the schematics for the game, and we've got the manual, more schematics, replacement parts thing, little cards, replay card. I don't know if this is complete, but it looks like it's got everything. Got the schematics and the game manual, and here's the original envelope. That's always a big plus. So nice to see that in the game. I haven't cleaned out the inside of this cabinet, so I don't know what else was in here. What's that? I don't know. We've got our chimes. Let's see. So let's take a little look inside with the camera. I'm going to undo it from the tripod here. And let's see what we see. First off, there's the coin door. Typical corrosion and pitting in here from liquids and moisture. Nothing bad, that can definitely be cleaned up. The front of the coin door looks nice and clean. The shooter's rusted, but there's no chips, there's no major pieces missing. Looks pretty good. Let's look inside. Obviously debris down in here. The chimes look nice and good. Look at that, it still has the balls in here and the pendulum for the tilt, the plumb bob. Check out the total plays. Let's see what we got. It says 91,299. Is that a lot? I don't know. We'll have to ask somebody. I see a reasonable amount of corrosion right here. Looks like that'll wipe off. But the cabinet otherwise is pretty darn clean. And there's our little roto target. And the vary target right there, I think is what that's called. And it all looks relatively clean. So do you spot the weird thing in this picture? Let me hold it right up again. Do you see what I see? Let's zoom in a little closer. Anything wrong there? See, what I see is it's the lead for the coil has broken off and somebody has directly soldered it to the wire going into the coil. An interesting little hack. I assume it works. We'll have to take a look at that and see if we can secure that better. I don't like wires, even though that's supposed to be insulated, I don't like that flopping around like that. But other than that, it all looks good. I think we're almost, you know, I turned it on before I bought it, so I know it works. I didn't see, there was no coils locked on, so I don't need to run a coil test on it. So I'm going to just clean it up and reassemble it and see how it works. So there you go. There will be more at pinballhelp.com. Thanks for watching. Leave me feedback if you like this stuff. Thanks.